Follow me on Instagram at Ladies Love K. That's LADYSLOVEK.
K-Sun at it again. K-Sun at it again. K-Sun at it again. K-Sun at it again.
Hey guys, so we're back with another video.
PSA, don't cry.
Another PSA, get tissues. So no, I don't know. Some of y'all may cry, some of y'all may not cry. I don't know, but we're just telling you guys, as you can tell from the title, our most traumatic experiences. And yeah, so let's get right into the video. Okay, so my traumatic experiences, it's kind of like two, but it's like two in one because it happened only a couple of months or a year after the first one happened, but I kind of tied them together. But anyway, so my first one, well, my main one would be losing my father. My dad died when I was in 10th grade, and I guess I was kind of at the age where it's like you kind of need your parents the most. Like you need them when you're younger, but it's like you want them special times like prom, going out to prom, graduation. But yeah, I lost my father in 10th grade. I was actually in school when it happened, and I'm just gonna tell you guys kind of how the day went. So I'm in my third period class, which is Spanish, and me and my Spanish teacher, we didn't really get along. Sorry, Miss Chavez, I don't really like you. We didn't really get along, and so I was kind of already having a bad day, and I was called to the office because I was leaving. I was like, wait, what? I ain't got no doctor's appointment today, so what y'all mean I'm leaving? So once I walked, because our hallway, the way my class was, all I did was have to walk out of one hallway, go down the main hallway, and then I'm in the common area where you can see the office and all that. So when I walk into the common area, my grandma was sitting there, and I was like, wait, my grandma has never picked me up from school unless it was something serious, which I guess nothing has ever been serious enough to where she had to pick me up. So it was my first time ever getting picked up by my grandma, and she was standing out there talking to my cousin, who was a guidance counselor at my high school. And so I walked down in there hugging. I'm just like, what's going on? And so, I'm like, Grandma, what's happening? What's happening? She gives me a hug and kisses me. Now, if anybody knows my grandma, she does not like affection. That lady doesn't say I love you. She don't kiss you. She don't hold hands. She don't hug. She don't like affection. Shut up. So when she gave me a hug and kissed me, I was just like, Grandma, really, what's going on? Because she was scaring me. And my cousin hugged me and all that, but we normally hug because when I see him, like, oh, hey, yeah. So she's like holding my arm like this, and she's like, come on, okay, let's walk to the car. I'm like, Grandma, what are you doing? Like, she's being like overly dramatic. So she was like, come on, let's just get in the car first. So I get in the car, and she pulls my seatbelt across me to buckle me in, and then she locks the doors, and we pull off. I'm just like, okay, you act like I'm not grown enough to do that myself, but all right. And we get to the stop sign to turn outside of my school, and she was like, don't touch the doorknob, stay seated, I'm about to tell you something. And I'm just like, Grandma, just tell me already, like, what's going on? For real, tell me. She was like, your daddy died. I said, Grandma, stop playing with me. And I start banging on the window. Because I'm just like, you don't play with people's family like that. Like, look, lady, stop. Okay, you're doing the most. And she's like, no. He put the grandkids on the bus, and he went to take a nap, and Angie couldn't get him up. Angie is his wife, my stepmom. I don't really call her my stepmom, I just call her Angie. But yeah, so me being me, I try to get out the car. Because I'm like, hold on. But she locked the door and all that. And so she's like, oh, come on. And I'm bawling. At this moment, I'm bawling out, crying. I'm like, I don't understand why, how, what y'all mean. Y'all lying to me. I need to see him right now. I'm like so pissed off. So we drive away from school, and I'm just crying. She rubbing my back. And it's like, at this moment, it's like I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be talked to. I'm pissed off. Like, I'm just like, I feel like somebody playing with my life. Somebody's really playing with my life, my heart, my emotions, and everything. So we get to my house, and it's not that far from school. And I see my godmom and my mom there, and my godmom is holding my mom, like she's there like this. And I'm just like, no, this shit is not real. It's not real, cause my daddy, I just talked to him last week. It's not real. I love my daddy. I'm a daddy's girl. Everybody know I'm a daddy's girl. No, it's not real. So I get out the car, and I'm like, Mom, what do you mean he died? Y'all lying to me. Stop playing. And I have never really seen my mom cry like that, unless it was like in church and stuff. You know, they catch the Holy Ghost. But yeah, they for real. But no, I'm seeing her cry. I'm like, Mom, he's not dead. Like, I'm bawling out crying. I start punching. Like, I punched a hole in the porch and all that. I started punching. I was like, y'all lying to me. Y'all really lying to me. I need to see my dad now. She like, sorry, baby, I'm sorry. And she comes and hugs me and stuff. And like, I'm like bawling, crying. Like, I want to push her off me so bad. But like, at that moment, I kind of needed comfort from her. And like, I'm just crying. And like, I don't really cry in front of people, but at that moment, I did not give a fuck. I was crying. I was like, I want to go see him. Where he at? What are they doing to him? Are y'all lying to me? Like, I'm so pissed off. And so my godmom was like, well, I'm going to go and pick up your car. Because my mom, she was somewhere else with somebody, and they had dropped her off at the house. So she went to go pick up my mom's car. And when we got there, we went up to my dad's house. Now, nobody told me that my dad wasn't there. Nobody told me that he was already zipped up and gone to the hospital and all that. So I get there. I'm running to his room. I said, Daddy. And his wife came out the bathroom from crying. She was like, he's gone, Kayla. He's gone. I was like, no, he's not, bruh. And I was just like, everybody keep telling me he gone. He gone. I need to see him right here. He's not gone. So my older brother, Monte, he comes up from upstairs. He was like, hey, I know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for anything to happen. I'm just like, no, what did y'all do to him? Like, I'm blaming everybody in the room. I said, you probably did something to him. You wouldn't let him come see me. Like, well, me and my stepmom, we didn't really have a good relationship ever since I was younger. But it was like, she was like, I didn't do nothing. He put the kids on the bus. And that's the thing that messed me up. You put your grandkids on the bus. You go to take a nap, and that's it. Like, that's how you end your story. And I hated that so much, because it's like, that was your grandkids' last time seeing you. I didn't even get to say goodbye. That's what messed me up. And what made it worse is my sister, she's down at college. Like, it was like her second year. Yeah, it was like her second year down at college. And she lives 2 hours away from us. And so I'm like, does Deja know? Like, what about Deja? So my mom was like, yeah, I'm gonna call her. So my mom, she calls Deja, my sister's best friend, who at the time they were roommates. She calls and was like, hey, Day. No, it's her first year in college. She's like, my mom, Janice was on the phone. She's like, what's wrong, Miss Macy? What you mean I need to hug Deja? She was like, the daddy died, and you just got to be there to comfort her. She was like, all right. And she was coming from class. So she rushed to the room, and she got on the phone again with my mom. She was like, okay, I'm in the room with Deja. And she was like, all right, Janice, give her a hug. But at the time, my mom was on speakerphone with Janice. And so my sister was like, what you mean hug me? For what, Mom? And that's when my mom told her, she was like, Deja, your daddy died. And I've never really seen my sister cry unless we arguing and she get overly mad. But she just like, what you mean Dad died? And she was like, I want to talk to Kayla. What Kayla? And it was like the first time me and her had like a connection. She was like, Kayla, are you okay? Where's Daddy at? I said, Deja, Daddy gone. Daddy is gone. Like, for real, he's gone. And she was like, come and get me. Like, that's my thing. She was like, come and get me. My brother Monte hopped in the car with us, and we drive 2 hours down there to get her. She's already standing outside with her bags and everything. She was like, where's Daddy at? He's not dead. And then I run to her. I'm like, Deja, Daddy's really gone. Like, we don't have a daddy no more. And she was like, y'all playing with me. Bruh, this was like the worst experience in my life. And like, it was way worse at the funeral because I could not keep my composure. I cried. I had to sit in the front row because I was his immediate family. And I was like, I'm too close. I can't do this. I'm too close. And so my grandma, she comes and she gets me from the front, and this is my mom's mom. My grandma's too. I had both my grandmas beside me. They're like, baby, it's okay. And I was like, no, it's not. That's not him, bro. And that was the worst day. And then we went to go bury him, and I said, yeah, I can't do this. I can't. So I sat in the car, and they let all the kids come up individually after everybody went off and to their cars and stuff. And see, me and my sister, we just stood there. We put our roses and stuff on his casket, and all his kids was able to watch him get lowered down. Bruh, and I was just like, I turned to my mom, and she was hugging my stepmom, which they didn't really have a connection either. So it was like, wow, like, he's really gone. Like, my whole stepmom and my whole mom is hugging right now. And I don't have a dad. So I look at my sister, she said, Kayla, it's all right. We're going to have each other because daddy's watching over us. But still, I'm just like, no, y'all. I really, to this day, sometimes I still can't believe, like, I haven't had a dad for almost 4 years. That all went on. And then my cousin Buzzy, he had diabetes. So he had a whole bunch of other stuff. He had already had one of his legs amputated, a couple of his fingers, a couple of his toes. Like, he was already sick. We knew he was real sick. So this was like a couple of months. I think it was a couple of months after my dad died. It was like sometime in March. Which was another way worse thing because I'm like, I don't understand. Like, he was my second father. He's the one who told me, okay, Kayla, you're going to do this for your dad. I'm right here, whatever you need. You know, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. And I guess this happened right when I went to sleep because I heard the door close when my mom left to go to his house. But I dozed off. I was completely done. I'm a heavy sleeper. So it was like 4 in the morning. She wakes me up and she said, Kay. And I'm just like, what, Mom? What? Why did you leave? She said, I just went to Buzzy and Sharon's house. I said, oh, for what though? I was like, it's early in the morning. Buzzy died. I said, what? And so she was like, yeah. He died in his sleep. I said, again, what is with the sleeping and dying? Like, I just really want to stay awake for the rest of my life because apparently, if I go to sleep, I'm going to miss everything or I'm going to die myself. So, when that happened, you know, his funeral came around and that was just another funeral. I couldn't stay in there for long because it was like, and my thing is with my dad got to see Deja graduate. My dad got to see Deja go to prom and stuff. None of that happened with me because I'm the baby of the family. I'm freshly 20. So I don't know. I just didn't know what to believe in. And to this day, I don't know. I mean, I'll go to church, but it's like I have so many unanswered questions, and I hate it when people tell me, oh, he's in a better place. He's in a better place. What y'all don't understand is, yes, he's in a better place, but he's not with me. That's what hurts me. He's not with me. I can't call up my daddy. Like, I still have his phone number in my phone. Like, I can't call him up like, hey, Dad, you coming down this weekend? Or, hey, Dad, I want to come up to your house. I can't do that. I can barely ride past the road that's where his house is. Like, that's just, you know, my most traumatic experience.
All right. Well.
And that one turns.
So, all right, so I'm 19. Put that out here. I'm gonna turn 22 April. Similar to Kay, so I lost my dad. I was 10. I was 10 years old. It was the summer going into 5th grade. Still. All right, so my dad had cancer. Okay, first of all, my dad smoked, drank, all that, and you know, childhood, he did crazy stuff too. So, you know, it is what it is. So he had cancer like everywhere. It was brain, lung, damn near mouth, like everything. So he was in the hospital, you know, he was losing weight. You can see he was like real sickly because my dad, he was like a thick dude. He was like 6'1", like dark, bald, like, and then, yeah, like, so he was big. Like, he wasn't like fat, but he was just like muscular. And he was losing like weight. He was real skinny in the face, all that. So he went to the hospital and the day before he died, I was with my brother. Like, me and my brother, when I was younger, like, we was close, but we wasn't, like, super, super close. And because we was 20 years apart. Like, 20 years, as old as Kayla is, 20 years apart. So, like, yeah, so he took me to, we all went up there in D.C. to go see him, and we was talking to him, whatever, and, like, this man was like, oh, it was like, I don't know, it was really weird. Like, this man came in, prayed over us. He was wearing all white, y'all, I kid you not. Like, it was just super weird. He came in, prayed, and was like, oh, we gonna pray. Yeah, like, I don't know, it was super weird. And then, like, after everything happened, I looked back at the man, and was like, oh, he was like a guardian angel almost. But he came in, we prayed, and then we was like, all right, we gonna come back tomorrow. I think we said we gonna come back tomorrow, whatever. So I ended up staying at my brother's house that night with my cousins. We was all having a great time, laughing, chilling on the computer or whatever. Probably playing games, I don't even know. So we got woken up the next morning and was like, y'all, come downstairs. We gonna have breakfast, but we had to have a talk first. Like, it's super weird, cause, like, first of all, I don't eat breakfast. But I was like, okay, I eat breakfast with the family or whatever. But what is with this talk? Like, what? And then, like, we came downstairs, like, my brother was married. And so we went down there, his wife was, like, talking to him or whatever. And he was like, he took me into, like, I don't know, the room, there was, like, a different room outside of the living room. And he was like, oh, you gotta sit down. And his mom was there. She was not my mom, but his mom. His mom was there. She was crying and stuff. And I was like, what? She don't, like, I had never seen her cry a day in my life. Like, she was, like, thug it up. Like, I never cried. And so I'm like, she was crying. Like, what is this? And he was like, oh, yeah, like, sit down and you sit on my lap. And I'm like, since when I sit on my brother's lap? Like, what's going on? So I'm like, yeah, and then I'm 10. Like, this isn't, like, the August. This was August, right before I go back to go to 5th grade. 5th grade, y'all. I was ugly, but 5th grade, like, sit down. He's like, oh, daddy died. And mind you, I grew up with my dad, raised me since birth. Like, my mom was there, everything, love her to death, but they were divorced. So I lived with my father. And so, like, I was daddy's girl to the T. Like, there was no go live with nobody. Like, I lived with my dad. Me and my dad, women try to come, I'd be like, nope, gotta go. Don't know who you are. Back. And so he was like, daddy died. I said, what? Like, and I start, because when I don't believe something or when I'm confused, I get to laughing. Because it's like, you playing, like, get out of here. And I'm 10, so I'm like, I get teary-eyed, but I'm laughing. I'm like,
that's not funny. Don't do that.
I'm like, if you don't get in my head, but I said, what? Like, what you mean? Like, we just talked to him yesterday. We said we was coming back. Like, we was supposed to go up there today. What you talking about? He's like, no, like, daddy died. I said, good. I said, no, but I gotta go to the bathroom. I ain't had to go to no bathroom. And I was like, went to the bathroom, came back. I said, okay, now what would we have to talk about? And my brother was sitting there, like, confused. He was like, what you mean? I just told you. And I was like, no, like, that's not the truth. I'm like, we literally just left from there yesterday. I was like, and what made it so crazy from what Kay said, she was like, she didn't get to say bye. Like, I didn't get to say bye either. Like, I said, okay, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Literally what I said.
But you had a whole, like, you had a set plan that you was gonna see.
Yeah, like, it was like, we was coming back up here to DC. We live in, like, Fredericksburg, like, an hour away. We was like, we gonna come up, we gonna be back here, we gonna sit with you, talk to you, whatever. You gonna be out soon. That didn't happen. So I'm sitting there, like, bawling. Like, I'm sitting on my brother's lap, bawling. I'm like, ain't no way. I'm like, where's my mom? Like, I need to call my mom. I was like, where's my grandma? Like, what is going on? And, like, he was like, we gonna go to grandma's house. And he was like, your mom, Jania's there. And I was like, all these people crying. And then so I get to my grandma's house and, like, mind you, my street, y'all, my whole family live on my street, like, no bull. I live like this, my grandma. So we get over there and my aunt has a porch. Like, they both do, but she got a porch, like, seats and a porch swing. Everybody's sitting on and my grandma got a porch too. So it's like the houses right next to each other and people's like spread out throughout my grandma's house and my aunt's house on the porches and talking and shit. I said, everybody just crying, and I'm like, this is for real, like, this is not a drill, like, y'all is over here, like, this is real life, like, going down. And I said, so we going to DC? Like, that's what y'all said? Like, like, I didn't say that, but I was just like, are we going to DC? Like, my mom need to come on, we need to go to DC. And they was like, we gonna go up there later on, like, we got to get the whole family together, we gotta let people know what's going on.
I'm like, no, I need to go see.
And at that point, I said, you know what, fine. Then, because by that time, before the situation with my dad, he was sick. We had moved in with my grandmother, and so I have a room in my grandma's house, and like, we moved in before I turned 10. So I was 9 when we moved in there, and we moved in, and I went straight to my room, and like, I became such a secluded person from that point on until like high school. Like, I was like, didn't want to talk to nobody, like, and everybody thought I was depressed, and it's like, I wasn't depressed, but it's like, I didn't want to talk.
I
Like,
don't want to hear that he in a better place. That's my thing. That's why
Yeah.
I'm secluding myself.
and like, I went to my room, and like, my older cousin, Jessie, she came, and she was like, same thing, like, he's in a better place, like, you know,
You
like,
can't tell me that shit.
he
right
loves
now.
you, he'll always love you, like, you know, don't ever forget that. And I was like, yeah, no, I understand, because with me, I'm just like, I don't like to show my emotion, and I've started to do that a lot more. But back then, I was like a rock, like, I was like, I don't want it. It wasn't until my mom came into my room where I was just like, why me? Like, of all the people this could have happened to, I was like, why me? Like,
You mean, what did I do?
yeah, I was blamed. Like, she was like, it's not your fault. Like, it was just this time to go. Everybody, you know, everybody's going to go at some point in time. I was like, okay, but why me? Like, why did this have to happen to me at this point in time? Like, why, of all things, like, for what? And she was like, nobody knows. You can't answer why. You just have to understand, and, you know, so and so and so. And at that point, I just broke with my mom. And then my sister came in there. My sister, she's the crybaby, like,
Yeah.
and like, we're also 20 years apart, so to see her cry, like, I'm used to seeing her cry, but I'm not used to seeing my mom cry. Oh, so like, my sister coming there, she's boo-hooing, like, went to the funeral, similar to Kay, had to sit up front and see, like, for me, when I sat up front, like, I sat, like, right there, like, they put me right there, like, if I looked up,
Because it was
I see.
My thing was it was the youngest on the end, so it was my seat, the casket.
Why are you acting like that? You're not even as close to him as me. Like, I'm his daughter, and you over here booing and crying like you done lost your son and lost your husband. Like, you wasn't even family. But
do I know you?
but anyway, yeah. So sat there, booing and crying. Walked up to the casket, got the last look or whatever, because everybody knew that I was daddy's girl, and my daddy spoiled me and everything. Like, he wanted to get everything for me. Like, there was no telling Stephanie no. Like, she gets what she wants, and that was my dad's mentality for me. To the burial grounds, and he's buried with other family, like in Spotsylvania, with like his cousins and stuff, like his first cousins. And, like, get there, and it's just like, I don't know, like, put the flower down, watch him get lower, and then you go home, and it's just like, you don't get to see them no more. So it's, I don't know, it's just like real. It was to wake up, to go home after all that, and wake up the next morning like, Dad, like, and then I was 10, so it's like, you really not ever gonna see him again. So me at that age, I was like, what if I forget what he looked like? And I was like, going through it, like, my mom was like, you're not gonna forget, you got pictures, and the pictures from, you got like kid pictures, like, and like, my daddy got big ears. Y'all see my ears?
afros and stuff.
Yeah, like afros. You see his big old ears, like, as a kid. But when he gets to the older, like, we went on a family vacation to Pennsylvania, like, and that was the last family vacation that everybody was there, like, everybody. And so, like, we got pictures, but like, some of them is blurry, and then when you blow them up, you can barely see the face. So it's just like, you have to really look. So of course I got kid pictures and the younger adult pictures of like family heirlooms and albums. I mean, photo albums, but it's not the same. I was so scared that I was gonna forget what he looked like. And then my mom, she hit me with the, if you look at, not my mom, my grandma, she hit me with the, if you look in the mirror, you look just like him. That's supposed to help me every single day. Look at myself and think I'm like. So anyway, that's my dad. And then so that was in 2009. That was August 3rd, 2009 when my dad died. And then 3 years later, March 16, 2012.
I was with her when she found out.
Yeah, y'all. So yeah, we was at the court and we was chilling. We was with like other people, and my mom called me. And was like, "I'm coming to pick you up." Like this was out the blue, y'all. Like I went over Kay's house. Like we was just hanging out, chilling. Like it was supposed to be. It was a fun day. Like it was going so good. And I was like, "I'm coming to get you." She said, "Where you at?" I was like, "I'm at the courts." I was like, "Why? What's wrong?" She was like, "You need to go to Kayla's house, and I'm gonna come get you."
Yeah, I thought she was from. I was like, damn, so what you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm like, I'm over here like, and then one of our other friends is like, what happened? Like, what you do? Like, you got in trouble? I'm like, I don't know. Like, they're not telling me anything. And then, so then, as we're walking back to Kayla's house, my mom pulls up, and then we get in the car, and my mom dropped Kayla off back at home, and then she's like, "Hey, we're going back to my grandma's house," because I was living with my grandma and everything. And I was like, "All right, okay, I'll talk to you later. I'm going to the house."
And me and my mom had gotten in the car because we was going to the store.
Yeah. And so, like, I'm in the car. I'm like, "Mom, like, what in the world? Like, we was having fun. Like, what is going on?" And then so she stops the car on the side of the road. And, like, and then, because Kay and them had pulled up. And then, so we was sitting there.
I was like, why they stop, Mom?
Yeah. And so I'm sitting there, and she's like, my brother's name's Andre. She's like, "Andre passed away." What? I'm like, what? And with my brother, he had like a rare cancer, but he was always beating it. He was a rapper and everything, and everybody knew him as Big Cat around our city and stuff, and outside the city and everything. So like he was doing big things. He had just beat cancer, and then he got a call saying like it was coming back, and he was in the hospital. And before, like a couple of days before, me and I call him my little brother, but he's really like Andre's little brother. Like we're not related. Me and my little brother, I call him. And we were up there with our family and everything, and we went to talk to him. And we were supposed to be selling chicken dinners on Sunday because my grandma was my grandma would help my brother do chicken dinners, do fundraise, and make money for certain occasions, more so to pay off his medical bills. And so he was like, yeah. We was talking. He was like, y'all, like I'm good. Like I'm gonna be home by Sunday so we can go sell these chicken dinners. Me and my little brother would go help him take the chicken dinners to people's houses and stuff, get the money. And we was like, all right, yeah. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to these people. And so we had to leave the medical room or whatever that he was in, and then the other people came in. Then we went back in. He was like, yeah, y'all just know I love y'all, and I'm gonna be back by Sunday, because I think it was like a Thursday.
It was after school,
yeah. And so my mom pulled over and told me that. I'm like, Mom, like we was, and the first thing I said, I kid you not, I said, Mom, we were supposed to sell chicken dinners on Sunday. And she was like, and then I guess that shook her because she wasn't expecting me to be thinking of food. And like, and she was like, she didn't know what to say. I was like, what in the world? Like because I named my little brother. I was like, me and him just talked to him. Like he was like, he's gonna be home on Sunday. I don't get it. And like she was like, and I'm like, it's okay, we're going to your grandma's house, but I just need to tell you before you got here because a lot of family members are here, whatever. And so like, after my dad died, me and my brother got really, really close. Like we were super, super close. And so what always. And I think I was 13.
13, 14?
Yeah, I was 13 because, yeah. So yeah, I was always with him and like his stepkids, and like that's how me and them got really close, and like we was just super, super close, like super close. And but not as close as him and my older sister, because they're basically the same age, because I was 20 years apart from both of them. So they, like, when my sister found out, like, you thought she was crying with my dad, like, she was done. Like, she was the one going crazy at the funeral. Like, it was ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, I think your mom had told my mom.
when y'all pulled up.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Cause you came around and you came around. I was
Yeah, I
doing
came.
it.
Yeah. And
And
she
I
was
was
crying.
like-
I was like,
I was just like, when like Kayla said like this, like it just even though it was like a longer time of like 3 years and got more time to spend with him, it's still like
so you still losing somebody.
like you
somebody that
couldn't
was
give
close
me
to you.
yeah, like he took the there was I kid you not, and even to this day I stand. Nobody is a father figure to me right now. I don't have one. I don't look up to nobody. Like, and I have
lost
uncles
my
and
two,
stuff.
so it's like-
Exactly. Like I lost the two that I looked up to as being a father figure or just being somebody of a man to guide me. And it's like them two people, like they're not. I don't have them, and like it hurts, but it's nothing I can do about it.
He died, but you can't take daddy's place. That was daddy's place. You can't take daddy's place. Like, yeah, I was a daddy's girl. Everybody know, I'm fat because of my daddy. He gave me everything I want. And that's another thing. Like, yeah, my mom gives me everything I want now, but it's because I feel like sometimes, like, my mom do it because she feel guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want her to feel like that. But she was like, but dang, if your daddy was alive, we most likely would have got it.
That's how I felt with my grandma. Because, like, I would hear stories, like, with my grandma, like, how she raised her kids. Because my grandma basically raised me from the age of 9 to I'll say, 17.
18
six-
when you start doing your own shit.
It was really 16. Because when I got my car, y'all,
She dipped out. She was not at home ever.
because I was always, I never wanted to move in with my grandma, ever. And I had to, and not that I had to, but I had the option to move with my mom, but at the same time, I'm like, I didn't grow up in this area, I got all these friends, I'm not going to Woodbridge to make new friends, I don't have time for that, no new friends, so I stayed and dealt with it, and I'm glad I did, because certain things I was able to do, but like, some of them, y'all, I stamp, like, ever since I moved into that house, I always wanted to move out. And that's still, like, even I'm in college and I'm like, when I go to college, there is no coming home unless, and sometimes for breaks, I be trying to go with Kay, I be trying to go anywhere but home. And that's just it, because I don't like it.
See, but my family is, we kind of really family oriented, even though we all get on each other's freaking nerves. It's like when something big happens like that, or we just feel like that we're all being distant, we take family vacations. We go to Texas, we go to Florida, we go on cruises, all that. And so I guess that was one of the luxuries I had, but I didn't have the luxury with moving in with my grandma because she basically already lived with us, or we lived with her because we had moved from the country. But it was just like to this day, I never had my own room. I mean, the only time is only in college, in which I didn't mind because it was like after so many traumatic things, you kind of want your siblings to be around because you feel what I'm feeling, you feel the hurt I'm feeling, and even though me and my sister didn't get along up until like something traumatic happened, it was still nice to say, okay, Deja does have a hurt, because I used to always think Deja hated me. She didn't want me as her little sister, and after that, nowadays she tell me sometimes. Sometimes that she loved me and she proud of me and all that, but it's I don't know. Life is so crazy now because sometimes I like to think like if he was here, what would it be like? Where would I be at? I would probably still going to school because y'all know I go to school in Georgia. I would probably still be going to school in Virginia just to see him, just to be near him. But you really can't, like she said, you can't change anything, so you got to move forward. So.
And it's not easy either. Like, and I know y'all probably sitting here looking like, oh, she not crying. Like, y'all, I told I cried so much over the span of
9 years.
Yeah, like that. It's just like
hers happened so far ago, so she's didn't built those so many cries. And mine's them still fresh because it's only been 3 years and some months.
Yeah, so it's like I got tired of crying because it's like me crying. What is that gonna do for me? Like. Even though crying is good for you, you need to cry, gotta let stuff out. But it's just like when you cry over the same stuff so many times, like I get to a point where it's like I get mad at myself because I'm like, why am I sitting here taking time out of my day to cry about it? Because I can't change it. And that's my mentality about it now, because I've been dealing with it for so long. Grandma tried to put me in like a counseling thing.
I actually wasn't counseling for months because they thought I was depressed because I came home from school. I went straight to my room.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I did share a room, like, I would go straight to sleep. I would barely eat. I would do so much, but it's not that I'm depressed. It's like I don't want to be around people right now. Like, but I will come down there. I would eat dinner after everybody else eaten. So they'd be like, "You didn't eat?" No, I ate.
Just not with y'all.
Just not with y'all.
Yeah.
And someone was like, "Kayla, if you're depressed, please tell me." That's one thing. My mom always thought like I was gonna hurt myself because it was a lot going on that year. Just like some people was dying. Some people, it was like that's when the year when kids was really, really killing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, "Just you can talk to me." It's just like I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
I want to grieve in peace.
In peace.
I just want to be by myself. Like I just want to imagine my life with him in here. And then I just want to sleep. Okay, I just want to sleep and sleep. Like that's how I deal with my pain kind of now. Like I don't cry really that much, but like with my dad, that's especially crazy. I haven't seen my dad in 3 years and some months, so it's like still fresh on me. Like I was in high school just last year, so it's like, bruh, like that didn't even happen that far ago. So
my only thing about it, like, the one thing I hate to this day, y'all, and it's weird because like I do it, but it's like when it's done to me, I'm like, so like you know how people be like, you'll tell somebody something like, or they'll ask you a question like, they'll say your parents or like that, and I'll be like, well, I only have one parent, or it'll be like, they'll just say something where it's like something about your dad or something about having both parents, and it's like. Then you tell them, like, you only have one parent, or I don't have, like, my father in my life, my father passed, that's mainly me, that's what I say, and then they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. I mean, like, or I'm like, I'm sorry to hear that, and I do it to other people too, but it's just like, and then I hit them with, oh, no, it's fine, it's okay, and I say it just like that too, because it's just like, I mean, like, I don't want you to be sorry for me, like, but even though I know there's nothing else people really can think of, because I know when somebody say that, I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's what I say. Mm-hmm. I don't really be like, I'm sorry for your loss, because it's like, you don't want to hear that.
See, I'm awkward as hell, because I don't know what's wrong with my emotions. I don't know how to respond to stuff like that. So when people be like, oh yeah, such and such dad, I just like, I'm weird. I stare. So I would stare at you and be like, oh, but it's not like I'm doing it because, I'm making fun of it. It's because I don't know how to respond. That's just the type of person I am. In my family, you don't really show emotions. My family, they cry behind closed doors.
That's my mom.
Yeah, that's my mom too. That's my mom. That's my sister. That's all my family. They don't really come to you with their emotions. Like in my family, you just for some reason either it's not that you can't do that. You're just raised to not do that. Like
yeah, if I cry in front of you, I care about you.
Yeah,
that's just how I take it. Cause like.
That or if it's a big ass topic where I just don't give a fuck about my face.
Yeah. But mainly, like, if I cry in front of you, I care about you. Like, care about you. Because I met, like, my ex-boyfriend that, I don't know, like, we were together for, like, almost 5 years. So, like, I always thought, like, oh, he was put into my life, like, because of them. And, like, we were super close. Like, I know we still talk, off and on. And, yeah, he also, like, went through a similar situation to me. So, it's, like, we had another bond to, like,
spill over.
Yeah, to, like, get, make us closer and everything. And so, like, we could sit and we could talk about, like, we could talk about anything. So, like, that helped me as well. Because, like I said, I always thought, like, he was put into my life because of them, and like I told him that too. Like it was like just something we talked about. So that's another thing too. I feel like it was why I'm able to, be able to talk about situations and stuff like that because I talked about it. And it is good to talk about, but sometimes you don't want to talk about it. And if you have a person, yeah, to where you can talk about it. Like if you have a person or you have people that you can connect with and talk about certain situations like these, like you should talk to them. Not saying you need to, but like it's good to have at least one person that you can talk to that can understand where you're coming from, whether it's they have this similar situation happen or they've seen it happen. Like you should be able to have at least one person. I'll say, because like and that's not a family member, because your family's going through the same thing you're going through. And like, if you get the perspective of a person outside your family, then like it's different. Like, it's like, oh, if they're going through it, they know how I feel, then it's for real. Because your family, they gonna want to be there to console you, to be like, oh, because they knew them. But if you talk to somebody that really didn't know the person, but went through the same situation, it's different.
See, like, I'm okay with talking about it with her. Like, I'll talk about it with my family, but just me personally, I don't like to talk about it. If you ask me, hey, what happened to your dad? I'll tell you, give you a quick spiel. Oh, he died when I was in 10th grade. But I would never go into full depth unless I'm with somebody who's experienced it and we having a deep conversation about it, or my mom. Like, my mom sometimes, she likes to get concerned around the time that the day happened. So last year she called me and all my cousins called me. It was, Kayla, this is your first time away from us, and this is November 21st. That's the day he died. And I'm just like, I'm cool. I'm fine. And that's all. Right now, that's all I can be telling them is that I'm fine. I can't tell them I'm boohoo crying. Like, I'm having so many questions because I don't want to start no new conversation of, when we come see you, when we come get you, because that's the type my mom is. She'll be like, okay, Kayla, you gotta take this up. And it's crazy because this year, I'll actually be on a plane going back home on the 21st, but I won't get there until nighttime. So, I just be wanting that alone time on that day. And last year, how I spent it was I stayed in bed for 3 days, which was kind of unhealthy.
I just always said, why me? Like, that was my question for everything. Another thing.
Like, if God loved me so much, if I was his child, why the hell would he do that to me? Like, he did that back to back, kind of. Like, like, and I felt like, I was like, is he targeting me? Like, did I do something wrong this year? Like, do we need a do-over? Do I need to change my New Year's resolution? Like, shoot, we in November, my friends. We're in November. First, like, year or two, I used to actually think I would turn around and see him, like, sitting behind me in a restaurant, walking behind me in the bar, and I'm just like, is that Daddy?
I would, because we live with my grandma, there's this back room upstairs where the rocking chair is in my room now, but it came from our old house when me and my dad lived at, and that was his favorite chair, so he would always sit up there in his chair or whatever, and I used to be like, when I was having a bad day, or like I was going through it, like, if nobody could find me, my mom knew where I was, because I would be like at my grandma's house in that back room, like curled up in that rocking chair, because like I would be crying for whatever reason it was, because I felt like I never went to my grandma for like emotionals ever. Like, I don't know, I just never. She was literally my caretaker, that cooked me food, gave me a roof over my head, like, but it was no other type of support other than financial and like anything else that wasn't emotional. So it's just like, I always that, and honestly, my relationship with my mom didn't get better until, well, not better, but we didn't grow close until after my father passed. And like now, we're close as ever. Like, and I don't know how to say that. I'm close to her. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. See, that's awkward because, me and my mom, we've been having a rocky relationship ever since I could probably talk. I got a smart ass mouth for anybody who knows. So when people be like, "Oh, you disrespectful to your mom," it's just like,
I be saying that. Yeah,
but it's like, I'm not disrespectful.
She say I'm disrespectful to my
but it's like my mom. Yes, she is.
See,
but it's like my mom. Ever since that, she became more overprotective. She was overprotective, but she would let me do whatever I want. That's why I didn't understand. Like, lady, like, you don't want me to do this, but you gonna let me do this? But my thing is, she got more concerned about my mental health and all that, and that's what irritated me. So that's why I wanted to distance myself from her, because I feel like anytime I bring up my dad, it's more of how are you thinking? Like, what is going through your head? Like, what is your next move when you think about your dad? And I really feel like my mom really think I'm suicidal, which I'm not. I'm like, Mom, no. I tell her every day I love myself. And she's like, girl, you conceited. So why do you think I'm going to get myself? I'm too conceited. If I'm too conceited, then I ain't going to get myself. I love myself too much. But my thing is, I don't know. Me and my mom, we rarely see eye to eye. Me, I love her to death, but we rarely see eye to that eye because she's the type of parent who not really wants to control their child's life, but will give you advice, but try to force the advice. Be like, hey, you should do this, but you should really do this. You really should do this, and it's like, I don't know why she won't just understand. Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do.
That's my mindset, and that's crazy. Like I act like that towards my grandma.